Before I play the audio of the 2 calls made by first Kerry Roberts to the police earlier in the morning and then secondly Jen McCabe calling 911, I think we should just briefly visit what was written in the reports that Kerry Roberts said when she originally spoke with police. So let's start with Kerry Roberts. In Officer Good's report, he says, "At this time, Detective Sergeant Lank arrived on scene and I briefed him on what had transpired so far. I then spoke to Kerry, who stated she was contacted by her friend Karen around 5 a.m, wondering if she knew where John was. Kerry stated she called a few hospitals and the Canton police to see if he had been transported at some point during the night. Then Kerry picked up Jennifer and Karen and they began to search for John, ending up here at 34 Fairview." And that's it. That's all that was reported by Officer Good. And then later that day, 2 other officers interview her. Okay, Miss Kerry Roberts stated to them that approximately 5 a.m. she received a call from the defendant stating that John didn't come home. It was snowing and she was worried. The defendant further stated to Mrs. Roberts, "John's dead. Kerry, I wonder if he's dead. It's snowing, he got hit by a plough." It does seem that her story has evolved since Officer Good spoke with her at the scene to when these 2 officers came to visit her later in the day. And that's why I took a great interest in what she said at 5 a.m. when she called the police. As she said to Officer Good to check if they'd picked up John during the night.
Okay, please sound good.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm calling because my friend's boyfriend did not come home last night. We were at Waterfall, and now she is calling me hysterical because she doesn't know where he is. You didn't pick anybody up by the name of John O'Keefe, did you?
John O'Keefe.
Yeah, he's a Boston cop, and he'll be on foot, so.
No.
I think he probably another guy and tapped at someone's house. I don't know, but.
Yeah, no, we didn't want anybody else or anything like that. And where does he live?
He lives on Meadow, down Southern.
He lives on Meadow, off Pleasant. Okay, and where's the white home? You said he grew up?
His girlfriend, yeah, they were out having drinks, and then she left, and expected him to come home at some point, and he never did.
Yeah.
And so I said to her, you know, my husband had been out with her earlier in the night, but then he came home, and he has custody with me to nephew from this year, actually.
Okay.
And so she's home with the niece and nephew, and they're old enough to be home. It's just she's nervous because he never even called me.
Yeah.
So she's like, I feel like something happened, and I said, okay. Well, so probably you're in hospital, and you'll be having, I personally think he probably take him out to the doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, did he drive last night?
No.
No. Okay. I think, again, it's more, it would be driven by you. She would have to, call in a conversation, and talk to us, but I mean, right now, it's more, he's just at home last night, and just see this comment sometimes, or have a little.
No, that's why. That's because he didn't call me. That's kind of why she's more freaking out. So I figured, I called the other hospital, I said, call Canton police just to make sure he didn't get picked up. I think it's not complete process, anyone that's people. If anybody could pick him up.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Okay.
Apparently, they're not important at the time,
Yeah, no.
No.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I was stuck here. But we haven't get any calls, anything like that. Nobody was arrested or anything like that. All righty.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, no problem. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Very interesting indeed. At 5 a.m, she says Karen's worried about John. At 6 a.m, when she's talking to Officer Good, she said Karen was worried about John. And then after she's had a powwow with the buddies, and later in the day when the other 2 officers came to interview her, 5 p.m, she says John was worried about John. And then after she's had a powwow with the buddies, and later in the day when the other 2 officers came to interview her, 5 p.m, all of a sudden, Karen says, "John's dead. Kerry, I wonder if he's dead. It's snowing. He got hit by a plough." Listen, Linda, this is so plastic and fake that my neighbour's kids rolling around on the floor laughing at me just recording it. Anywho, I do digress. Let's move on to Jen's 911 call. If you want to hear the accidentally recorded version of this, I'll chuck a link in the description down below. In that video, we were trying to work out what Karen was saying in the background. The audio played in court is focusing on what Jen McCabe was saying when she made the call. So let's have a listen to that.
No, please, for my whatever.
Yes, I need someone from the third floor to, third floor view road is getting that, there's a man tapped out in the snow.
Can't pull up, because you can't push go. You can't get to know, okay?
Yeah, no, I did that.
It's the house, that's that line.
I think he's dead, like, you guys have your answer to you.
Can't say line, because it's can't.
Okay. I'm going. Where's the market? I don't think like it's Harry.
911, what's your urgency?
I'm someone to come immediately to start the Andy Road camping now.
What's going on?
There's a guy on the shotgun in the snow.
In the snow, 34?
Yes, 34, the Albert resident, yes. I just pulled up and found it.
Okay,
34 p.m. you can now, yes.
911, that's not your bullet, where's your emergency? Hello?
Yes, I'm sorry, can you come to 34? Andy Road in Houston?
34 Fairview?
Yes, there's a man unresponsive in the snow.
Okay,
He's going to get here, okay?
okay, what's going on? Is he break down?
We just flipped him over.
Okay. And who's that in the background? Is that someone really?
That's his girlfriend, he has children, feet.
Okay, how old is he?
John is 46 years old.
46, how long has he been outside?
I don't know, I don't know, he got out of the car and it could have been a couple of hours. If he carried, I don't know if he's breathing. There are two women trying to, it could be body heat and that's
Okay, can you just try asking? I know it's tough, but we already have the fire department going, they just get it.
Is he breathing, you guys? It doesn't seem to be breathing.
Okay, do they know how to do CPR? Do they want to test it?
Yes, he's got to be CPR. No, I guess he's gone.
Oh, okay. They don't feel comfortable doing so?
No, I think he's passed away.
Okay. All right, we have the fire department and the police coming on the way. If everyone's declining CPR, then I'll hang up with you, and if anything changes, you can give us a call back. Where are you guys upset?
I'm better friends with her. I know, I'm not home with the ambulance. I know. So, Carrie, you gotta get off from me. Carrie, you gotta get off the hill.
You know if there's any alcohol or drugs involved?
I'm talking hours about me, and I
Okay, is there any bleeding or anything? Maybe his head?
yeah, possibly bleeding in the face.
Okay, bleeding from the face. All right.
Yes.
And how big the pool of blood is, if there is any?
Something coming out of the building, one of the women is doing CPR.
Okay, one of them is doing CPR?
Yes, they're working on him.
All right, if you want the CPR, and just give us a call back if he becomes responsive, all right, but we're on the way.
Okay, thank you.
What is that?
Well, that clears up some of the inaudibles that we got from the accidental footage. And where we thought she'd said he'd been out there for an hour, we hear in this audio she quite clearly says a couple of hours. So she made the search for House Long to Die in the Cold at 2:27. 3 minutes later, Lucky, or Brian Loughran, ploughs Fairview Road and sees nobody. Half an hour later, at 3 o'clock, he comes back and there's a Ford Edge in the way. So from 3 to 6 is a couple of hours that he's been lying in the snow. Had he been there from midnight to 6, she probably would have said most of the night. Had Karen been running round in circles screaming, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him, then she would know he'd have been there most of the night. So, whether she said an hour or a couple of hours, it still points to someone putting him there after Lucky's first pass ploughing 34 Fairview Road.